So it's about noon on Tuesday afternoon, and I'm parked outside of the gym that I'm about to go into, and I'm just reflecting on the fact that it's 12 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon, and I get to go to the gym. I get to go where I want, when I want, with who I want. And I'm very grateful for that because that wasn't always the case. I remember about 10, 11 years ago, I was working as a director of corporate IT for a company outside of Boston. And I'd been at that company for 7 years. And I was struggling though. I was trying to navigate a custody battle for my 15-year-old daughter, Zoe. I had just started a network marketing opportunity that I thought was going to be my ticket out of the 9 to 5. And I was also navigating some increased pressure from a new management team at the company that I was working at. And so this network marketing opportunity came to me in 2012. And again, I thought it was my ticket out of the 9 to 5. But it was kind of a rude awakening because the folks that were having success had some incredible mentorship, and I didn't. I was what they call orphaned in this network marketing business, that the moment that I started, it felt like I was on my own. And so trying to figure out how to grow this business and grow a team so that I could be successful enough to leave my 9 to 5 was really challenging. And so for the next 18 months, I focused on that, and I kept on just kind of running around in circles and growing very, very, very slowly, not getting to the point where I had any way of leaving my 9 to 5. And so in the midst of all of this, I was dealing with a custody battle with my daughter and my stepdaughter, and it was really challenging financially, which was another driver for me to get out of the 9 to 5. It was also a big factor of my time and energy being put into that, where I had to juggle helping my daughter, keeping my job afloat, and also maintaining this network marketing business so that I could just get out of the 9 to 5 and focus on that fully. Well, I was pulled into my boss's office in August of 2013, and my boss at the time was asking me about this network marketing opportunity. I thought he wanted to sign up, and I was like, this is great. But instead, he turned around and he grabbed a stack of paper and pulled off the top sheet and handed it to me and said, then why are you disparaging the company? I'm like, what are you talking? So I read the post, and it was a repost that I had made 6 months prior. In fact, that whole stack of paper was every post that I had made about the network marketing opportunity. And out of all that entire stack, there was only this one example of a repost that didn't even mention my company by name, but said, hey, do you want to make a little extra money for the holidays? Companies aren't giving out bonuses this year. And I tried to laugh it off and explain it away, but my boss wasn't having any part of it. And he said, we're putting you on a performance improvement plan. And I wanted to fight that thing. And it was a 60-day plan, but 30 days in, we had our checkup. When I sat down at his desk, I thought I was doing better because I had actually turned some focus away from my daughter and away from my network marketing business and put it into the business, into the company. And he told me that I had punctuation errors on a report. Therefore, I wasn't improving enough. Couldn't believe it. Went home that weekend, thought about it, and the very first thing on Monday morning, I went into that office and I resigned. And fortunately, I was able to get a little bit of a severance package, but it relieved some pressure from me. And I thought that in between finding another job, I could focus now on my network marketing business so that I could actually not have to go back to a job. But the reality was that I had put that network marketing opportunity aside for so many months that I felt like I was starting over again. And so without really having a enough of an income from that to actually work on that full time, I found another job relatively quickly and started that. And I got very lucky because this new company was very generous. They gave me, flexibility with helping with Zoe and my stepdaughter, and the custody battle. I told them, I was upfront, told them that I'm in a network marketing opportunity that has nothing to do with them. That was something that I focused on out of office on my time, and that's what I did. And they were very accepting of that and very open to that, and I appreciate that. But life has different plans. 4 months later, Zoe took her life. And I was immediately just shot. I was immediately just brought to my knees. The company that I just started working for was very generous. They told me that I could take as much bereavement as possible, and that to come back when I felt like it was necessary. And not a lot of companies do that, but they were very generous and helpful during that time. And eventually I did go back to work. And when I did get back to work, I started to notice some things differently about me and my life. I still had this burning desire to not work in a 9-to-5 any longer, but this network marketing opportunity didn't seem like the right path for me to get there. I still worked on it, but what started to emerge was a different conversation. It was about helping people to navigate their own grief. And I started to coach people in this process. And I started to tell my story from the stage. And I started to recognize that there was a real opportunity to build a business around coaching and training others. And so I focused on that. And while I was still working, being very careful not to intermingle the two, and to just continue to get the right coaching and mentorship that would help me get to where I wanted to be, so that I could eventually step away. And it took a few years, but in early 2017, I started to notice that this company that I was working for was growing, and the demand on my time was starting to get close to what I was dealing with at the previous job in terms of, do more with less. We're not backfilling certain positions, and the company's growing. And so it was just the way companies are working with employee bases these days. They're really trying to get you to work as many hours as possible with little to no increase in pay. You might get promotion by title, but that doesn't mean anything's going to come with that. And if it does, it's delayed. But there is this notion that there's a security that comes along with your job. And I don't know about you, but job layoffs are very common right now. And I had already experienced 3 of them before I lost Zoe. And I experienced 2 of them after losing Zoe. And I wasn't going to let that drive my life any further. And so in late October of 2017, I stepped away from corporate America. And I remember that next day I went over to a park that was close by, and I felt like I was playing hooky from school. Like I felt like I should be at work. I should be at my... Nope. I made this decision. And I struggled over the next few years to really get my foundation of this business going and growing. And there was a lot of trial and error. There was a lot of learning. There was some procrastination and resistance in there. But it really took me having to go back into corporate America for a couple of years, learning some additional skills, and then stepping away from that opportunity in late 2022 for me to realize that this is the path that I am supposed to be on. It is purpose-filled. I feel like I'm fulfilling a purpose of helping people through grief. I'm fulfilling a purpose of helping people to launch their lifestyle business and live life on their terms. And there's this sense of freedom for my time and my calendar that I didn't have before in a 9-to-5. And I just think about this as I'm sitting here in this gym parking lot today at noon, thinking that, there are countless people out there that are struggling with their 9-to-5 lives right now. They are stuck in a corporate trap and they want to get out, but they don't know how to. And they want to know if there is an opportunity for them to do something different with their lives. And I'm not suggesting it has to be what I do, but they are looking to capitalize on their skill sets and to live their life on their terms, to, own their calendar, not have a cap on how much money or income they can make, where they can go and who they can go there with. All of it. There is this element of feeling stuck, and I want to change that. So if this relates to you, if you find yourself in a similar situation from a corporate perspective, 9-to-5, please comment below and let me know. I really want to know where you're struggling right now in a 9-to-5 role. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you soon.